Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, March 15th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I believe in my flow. It can also be I trust in my flow, but the word believe is coming to me in so many different ways. It's coming to me in the Seinfeld way. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. And it's also coming to me through a song that Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston sang. Don't remember what it's called, but it talks about believing. So here we are. Today is not necessarily the day where this is so important, but we're building to a significant transit. I'm actually not sure if this is our last one. I believe maybe it's possible that we have one more next year, but I'm not 100% sure. So we are having the Sun conjunct Neptune Sunday at 4:22 a.m. Pacific time. We will have the Sun and Neptune conjunct. And I mentioned this earlier this week. If you remember Master One Feather from the Soul Garden days, he called this energy Make-A-Wish energy. It is when the Sun illuminates the energy of Neptune, and Neptune illuminates the energy of the Sun, and they interact. And it's a beautiful day to use your illusion. It's a beautiful day to daydream. It's a beautiful day to remember that what we believe literally does affect our reality. I'm not telling you to be delusional, but I am telling you to use your illusion. And so we're building to that. And we have a significant, interesting energy as we build to that. We have the moon in Gemini, and the mind is so intertwined in our belief energy. So your work from, today until Sunday is to get your mind in a place where it can believe, where you can use your illusion. Now, I always like to say use your illusion instead of fake it till you make it, because I personally cannot fake. If I know something's not true, it bothers me. But I can daydream. I can imagine. I can go into the illusion. I just can't do the delusion. So that's why I say it that way. So I hope for you that you can utilize this energy and get your mind on board with belief and believe bigger and better. Now, Neptune will be shifting into Aries. So I'm really not sure if this is the last one or not. I didn't think to check before I started and everything started pouring in. Regardless, it's always a beautiful time to utilize this, especially as it is in Pisces. Yes, the Sun and Neptune will meet, but the next one could be in Aries, which is a whole different vibe. So let's use our illusion this weekend. So moon in Gemini is working us for the day. We have the moon in Gemini squaring Venus, working with Mercury in a sextile, squaring Saturn, and I think there's a little bit of a square with Lilith today. So you're definitely going to have some of these mental challenges cut out for you. Now, one of the challenges with Gemini, and one of the beauty of Gemini energy, is that Gemini sponges up information, which means if Gemini is around something negative and bah humbuggy and not so belief-oriented, Gemini can go there and start believing that. But if Gemini is around something inspired and exciting to the mental energy, Gemini can also be lifted up by that. So be aware with the moon in Gemini what you're putting into yourself, and if it's supporting you in the direction that you would like to move in, if it's supporting you in your belief or not. Now, I do have to say, I got some really interesting cards, but in my cards, I do have the stress card, and this is your take the monkey out for a walk card. So if you do find yourself in a state that is filling your mind with fear or disbelief or something like that, that might be a good time to take your monkey out for a walk. Take your monkey mind out for a walk. Look at the trees, look at the nature, Sing a song that makes you feel a little bit more uplifted. Investigate where you're vibrating with that energy. And if it's something that is true for you and you want to continue to be true for you, because even if it's true for you now, it can evolve. That's one of the beauties of being here. Things can evolve, especially as we work with our awareness around them. So, Moon square Venus, there may be some personal energies, there may be some karmic energies that you need to look at and shift your mind. These may be some really old stories that you keep telling, whether it's about yourself, or about somebody else, about money, about your gifts, about your talents, about relationship. Notice what those stories are. This is the same thing even with the Saturn square. I would say even the Lilith square. Lilith can often represent where it's like this call to go our own way, but the wound we have to face in order to go our own way. So, what is the wound you have to face in order to move in a direction that's true to you? I love the Moon and Mercury sextile energy. The mental and emotional energies can really support and buoy each other today. So I really like that connection, and I hope you feel supported by it too. Let's see. Yeah, it really is. It really is that Sun-Neptune energy that we're building to on Sunday that I'm focused on. So, top of the cards today, I do have a Rumi card for you, but top of the cards today, the Master. So this is a mastery process. And in here, we also have the control process. Now, this is interesting because it's the King of Swords energy. So it really is like mastering your mind. And any practice of this, especially in connection with Neptune or Pisces energy, is going to be really supportive. Later this year, not that far away, we are going to have Jupiter moving into Gemini, hyping the mental vibes. And we're going to have Neptune at the final degree of Pisces for several months, bringing on major illusion delusion. So working with this and learning how to maneuver the fog and confusion and your belief in the illusion and your seeing through the delusion will serve and help you. So, King of Swords, see through it all. That is part of the mastery. We also have the Silence card. The Silence card is a beautiful future. What are you creating? What are the stories that you're putting into the future? To consciously, there's a quote I love by Rumi, work in the invisible just as much as you do in the visible. We are constantly creating. We can consciously create. Are you doing that? I can admit, I do not always. I can a lot of times get stuck in the reality stories. This is part of all of the Taurus Aquarius squares. So this is a reminder, what are you building? And have patience with yourself. When all else fails, take your monkey out for a walk. Now this Rumi card, I've pulled this one before, but I don't know that I read the Sacred Honoring Ritual, and that's what I'm going to read today. And it's the impossible made possible, so it's very, very Neptunian. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shatters the earth with its magnitude. Now I'm not going to read the oracle part, I'm just going to read the Sacred Honoring Ritual because you don't need to know, you just need to jump in. Place your hands very lightly at your throat and say aloud, or just let me say aloud for you. With Rumi, who loves me unconditionally as my witness, I now offer myself into the hands of the all-loving creative intelligence of this universe. I release all vows, intentions, or beliefs ever made, consciously or unconsciously, in this or any lifetime, that are based in doubt and fear, holding back from creative fruition of my soul upon the earth. I dedicate myself to love and accept the gift of grace that brings me into greater fulfillment now. May I be blessed so I can surrender resistance and accept what is coming to me now for what it is, a gift of love. And so be it. Place your hands at your heart and focus on your breath for a moment or two as it flows in and out. And when you're ready, place your hands in prayer and bow your head to your hands. And you have created the Sacred Honoring Ritual. So that's it for today. This next week is the build up to the eclipses. If you would like an eclipse reading, now is your chance to get it in. Email me for that or any other reading. And besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are. Namaste.